disappointment at the announcement by the Commonwealth Games Federation to withdraw the country's bid to host a successful Commonwealth Games in Durban 2022. This despite all the efforts and the positive responses from the Commonwealth Games Evaluation Commission on the potential capacity of the host city of Durban. Our milestones regarding all efforts made in hosting a successful bid are therefore as follows. South Africa communicated its expression of interest to host the Commonwealth Games 2022 by the 31st March 2014, and the official intention to bid took place on the 22nd July 2014 in Glasgow. Edmonton and Durban were the only two candidate cities bidding for the Commonwealth Games in 2022 Games. The Cabinet endorsed the intention by the City of Durban to bid to host the Commonwealth Games in 2022 and directed SRSA to establish a bid committee to develop the bid proposals to host the Commonwealth Games. Cabinet further directed SRSA and the National Treasury to consider the business plans, the proposed budget and funding model, and revert to Cabinet before the announcement of the host cities. In February 2015, the Canadian city of Edmonton, the only other contender bidding to host the Commonwealth Games in 2022, withdrew its bid to host. This now left South Africa and the city of Durban as the only city bidding to host the Commonwealth Games in 2022. It must be emphasized that it was not a fait accompli that South Africa will automatically be awarded the bid. South Africa still had to undergo the arduous process of securing the guarantees, finalize and launch the bid documents as per the templates provided by the Commonwealth Games Federation, prepare for the visit and interaction by a high-powered Commonwealth Games Federation delegation, as well as event specialists who formed part of the Games Evaluation Commission and the inbound inspection teams of the various continental Commonwealth Games countries. And still secure the bid through the voting process of the General Assembly, which was held in Auckland in September 2015. All this after securing the Cabinet approval based on funding guarantee of 4.32 billion rands. It must be noted that when the Games were awarded to South Africa had not signed the host city agreement. Clauses in the agreement were seriously going to compromise South Africa, and the government was not prepared to sign an open-ended guarantee that indicated as follows, I quote, "The government will meet any potential shortfall in the budget for the organizing committee arising from the preparations for and the hosting of the 2022 Commonwealth Games. And the government also guarantees subsidies or rental costs related to the Commonwealth Games village," close quote. Due to the above requirement, the finance guarantee was delayed, but was signed in June 2016. The Minister of Finance signed the guarantee in respect of the operational budget of 2,660,928,000 rands. Okay. And a contingency budget, which is kept at 18%, 327,040 rands. The financial guarantee was also subject to the willingness of the CGF to constructively engage with South Africa and Durban on all possible revenue sharing streams related to the Games, including, amongst other things, ticketing, merchandising, and broadcasting rights. Having learned lessons from other events, the South African government had no appetite to issue an open-ended guarantee, including having to transfer a large portion of funds to a newly established private entity. the expectation that the South African government will have to provide more than what Cabinet had approved could not be sustained in the current economic environment. South Africa successfully hosted the All Africa Games in 1999 with a budget of 252 million rands. Should it be compounded at 6% per annum over a period of 21 years, it will amount to 808 million in 2022. The actual cost of the Games is an illustration that a multi-coded sport event can be successfully hosted within an affordable budget. The 1999 All Africa Games are comparable in size, the number of athletes, the number of technical officials, the duration to the planned Commonwealth Games of 2022. Utilizing the All Africa Games as a benchmark, we can state that the 4.32 billion approved by Cabinet is more than sufficient to deliver world-class Commonwealth Games in our own projections. Having noted the challenge related to the differences of approach in the delivery methodology for the Games and the approved budget by the South African government, it then became apparent that all other necessary timelines will not be met until clarification and consensus has been achieved on the budget and the delivery model. Another key milestone included the payment of the host city fee, which was not effected. The establishment of the organizing committee was also delayed until finalization of the budget and the delivery model. As the three spheres of government and the sports movement, we entered the bidding process for the city of Durban to host the Commonwealth Games 2022 on behalf of our country and for the first time on the African continent. However, at this juncture, our country is regrettably not in a position to make huge financial commitments, given the current competing social-economic needs and global economic downturn. In the interest of fiscal discipline and financial prudence, our government has considered all options and remains confident that we have acted in the best interest of South Africa. We end by thanking all the political principals and officials from all spheres of government who worked tirelessly to secure the Games. We, in the same vein, express our gratitude to the South African Confederation and Olympics Committee for their collegiality. A word of gratitude to the Commonwealth Games Federations for believing in our bid and having initially entrusted the city of Durban to host the Games. We trust that history will present us and future generations with another opportunity to host the Commonwealth Games and other international sports events. Our bidding and our hosting strategy remains focused on us attracting premier events that add value to our economic and social cohesion imperatives. South Africa remains a premier destination for such mega sporting events, and our solid infrastructure holds the country in good stead to host the Games. I thank you.
Thank you, Minister.
You don't want to clap hands?
Ladies and gentlemen, let's give the Minister a round of applause. Thank you. We're going to go straight into our Q&As. As we have requested, our top table is here. All the questions, please, you can be able to direct through to them. I'm going to request that before you ask a question, indicate which publication or media house you come from and further state your name. I'm going to take questions in the following fashion. I'm going to start first on this row, which is on the right hand on my right hand side, that row, and then this will be the second part, and this will be the third part. So which means we're going to start this side and then come through here and then go there. Do we have questions for our panel? Thank you. I have one question here. Do you have another question? There's two. Do you have another question on this side? There's three. We've got three questions this side, and in that order. Please go ahead, ask your question.
Hi, I'm Matthew from the Sunday Times and Times Media Group. Can you confirm how much has been spent to this point on the bid?